Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and today I have my Felicity Jane Christmas goodies out. So I thought about kind of staggering these scraps kind of like this, how I usually like to do when I get to that last page moment. But I feel like because I just finished a How to Kill a Kit with Style, my last page is very similar to this from that collection. I figured I would kind of flip it on its head and do everything more center, which I usually don't do. So I think it's going to create kind of a different shape and a different look, so I'm going to go for that. But as I had everything lined up, all the white on white patterns were blending in, so I'm going to go in and ink all the edges of all these layers in black, because there's some black accents in this collection I think will be a nice pop with the black inking around the edge. I wasn't really going to gut anything from this collection. I really only thought I had enough for one more page with these Felicity Jane goodies. But as I kept going, I was like, oh, there's so much I'm covering up. I really could gut a lot if I wanted to. So I decided to just go ahead and gut, because I think there's enough big chunks of paper here where if I could find a 12 by 12 or maybe pull in a 12 by 12 from one of the other Christmas collections you guys saw in the kit share, I think I can get one more page out of the Felicity Jane products. So I do go in and end up gutting everything, which you'll see. I'm just starting with that back layer and building forwards. So I went ahead and inked and gut the background, and now I am doing this kind of Christmassy floral pattern. On here will be the solid green, which I think gives you a nice break from these two patterns that are kind of the background. And then you can just see every time I grab a new layer, I'm trying to see how much is covered on that back layer, and then I'm going to go back and gut it. And then you'll see kind of when we get there, once I kind of get to my smaller layers, I go ahead and back this whole layout on a cheap piece of black paper, just for a little bit of stability, since there's so many like gutted holes in this layout. But I'm just inking the green one, and then that one will go down, and then I'll kind of be on the smaller layers. But this page is, it's not Christmas, it's when we found our Christmas tree. So I think it was like December 5th, but I'm still trying to do it this month just because it's Christmas themed and I'm using all these Christmas products, so I'm trying to get all of those kinds of layouts done. But this was it when Marcus and I and Billy went to Home Depot to find our Christmas tree, and so I just have a little photo. I don't know if you've even seen it yet, but it's just a little 4x4 square photo of Billy sitting in front of the Christmas tree, and he just looks so cute and happy. I always try to bring him with if we're going to go to Home Depot or one of those places that are dog friendly, because he just it's like his favorite thing to do. I think he really does miss being in the guide dog program and going everywhere with me. So when I do have errands to run at places that do allow dogs, I try to bring him with, because I can just tell it makes him so happy. And he has an easy walk harness, so he doesn't pull, and it goes on very similar to the way his harness used to. So I think he really enjoys that, because it kind of reminds him, like, I feel like he thinks he's actually working again, which is cute. So, but I think these are the last bit of gutted sections, and I went ahead and inked everything. So now I'm going to go ahead and back the whole layout in this little cheap piece of black paper, just so I can kind of have that stability. And I didn't really want to try and glue down these smaller bits around that tiny hole, so it's just easier having it backed. So I'm gonna get that down really quick. And what's nice about working with scraps is always they kind of come together quickly for me, and then I just have to worry about embellishment. So I really actually like how symmetrical this page is looking. It's very different for me. I usually don't go for the symmetrical look, but I do kind of want to throw it off a little bit. I don't want by the end of this page for everything to be down the middle. So I am going to try and throw it off a little bit. You'll see my photo is more to the right. I'm going to add these strips of solid red to the top and bottom of the floral, just so there's some pop of color up there. There's only a little bit of red in that polka dot around the photo, so I wanted to pull that red into some other pages, because areas of the page, sorry, so that color is kind of balanced. I have one more scrap of that red too that I'm going to turn into a tag that'll be stuck out from the side of my photo, so I'm just trying to get that together now. I'm just going to use a tag I already have as my stencil. You think I would have made enough tags by now that I could just do this by heart, but I just always feel better if I just use an actual tag to trim the shape out, just so it looks like a real tag. I have one black hole reinforcer left on this in this kit, so I'm going to go ahead and use that for my hole reinforcer, and then I'm just going to thread it with some black and white twine after I finish inking it. I like that. I think that looks sweet, and it pulls that red into the center near the photo, so that all makes me pretty happy. With this tag, I'm thinking that's going to be an area of embellishment, and then I just want to do an area of embellishment on the opposite side of the page from that, so I kind of have this diagonal thing going on. I really like this little, I don't know if it's bunting, what you would call that little like streamer thing from the embellishment collection, but I want that to be one of the elements in the cluster down here. And then there's a lot of Christmas tree ephemera, so because this is literally the page where we found our Christmas tree, I definitely want to try and get all the Christmas tree ephemera used up. So I'm going to have this little banner here, and then I'll go through all the Christmas trees and try to cluster them around the page. I'm thinking if I have, there's only one black Christmas tree, and there's a bunch of like outlined white Christmas trees, and then there's two green Christmas trees that are little. So I'm thinking I'll have the black Christmas tree with an outlined one and a green one in my main little cluster by the tag. And then you just saw me pull up a black label to the top cluster, so that's basically my black element that's going to balance the black Christmas tree. So since that black element's covered, I have an outlined white tree and a green tree. I hope that all makes sense, but it's kind of my thought process of why I decided to do that colored label up there, just so my little ephemera clusters are balanced. And I have one little outlined Christmas tree left over after this, so I'm going to try and find a place for that too by the end. But I think all these little clustered trees look super cute. And again, at this point, I wasn't sure if I was going to get another page in with this collection, so I was really trying to dig into this ephemera since I'm really low on my Felicity Jane Christmas stuff. And then I liked the pops of black, so I had a little scrap of this black and white stripe I thought about using, but I couldn't really find a good place for it, so that ends up not making it. But I do pull in another bold element instead. But yeah, I do definitely want to do a title. I definitely want to do a little bit of journaling. I'm just trying to get together my embellishment here before I really do that. But I like where the Christmas trees are. You see that I put the little outline Christmas tree on the upper right corner of the photo, and I think that looks really cute. And it also kind of accentuates that diagonal flow of embellishment I was going for. And then I went through all of the branding strips and kind of smaller scraps from this collection to see if there was anything else I wanted to pull in, but I really don't think I do. I think all my paper layers are down, and I just need to kind of commit to my embellishment here. So I do have these puffy asterisks I think are really cute. I used all the black ones already, but there are some white and red and green and blush, so I figured I would use the green ones since I have these pops of red. So I'm just sprinkling those in all of my clusters too. And I think that's sweet because they kind of are reminiscent of snowflakes. And it brings the solid green paper kind of more into the embellishments since that color is not really anywhere else. So I'm just trying to play around with that. But I think those look really cute. And that's pretty much my embellishment. It's pretty simple. And then to finish it off, I definitely need a title, so I thought for my bold black element, I would just go in with my root beer float black puffy stickers, and I'm just going to say found it, and then in my journaling, I will say about how we found our Christmas tree. But I thought that was a different kind of title. I didn't want to say like Christmas tree or something like that. I'm pretty sure I already have other pages from previous Christmases where we found our tree and called it that. So this was a more fun title, and I knew with these letters it would space out really well over the top of my photo. So that was just perfect. It filled in that space. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better font. It's so cute. It's my all-time favorite thicker for sure. I love the root beer float font. So I think that's super cute. And then like I said, I just wanted to do a little bit of journaling. So on the bottom of the green strip, I just have Billy came with Marcus and I to Home Depot to find the perfect Christmas tree, and I dated it, and that's pretty much it. So this page came together super quick, but I love it. It's so cute. I love how simple but bold it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed, but thank you guys so much for watching, and the close-ups are here in a minute, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.